All praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakudash.
Double honors unto the elders and apostles at GMS Great Millstone, and the sincere Shalom to Yakim, pushing out this word in diligence and in truth, man. Right. And we come again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, hey, to speak the testimony, man. Knowing that what? The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. Right. So that's exactly what we're about to get into today. Hey, because right now you have, in the midst of America, and the rest of these nations across the four corners of the earth, you got a lot of turmoil hidden, man. You got total chaos happening in South and Central America. You know, you have the same things happening in Hong Kong, in China, you know, in Paris with the yellow vest, which means what? These are the uproars of the people that the scriptures have been talking about, man. Hey, but you people are still in the stupefied state, in the dumb state of not being awoken to what the truth really is, man. Right. So what? We're out here to tell you, hey, that America will be destroyed, thus saith the Bible, by thermonuclear missiles, man. Right. Hey, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, written of in Revelation the 13th chapter, in the 16th verse, hey, it is going to come to pass, and it's going to be mandatory in a city near you, man. Right. Hey, we're telling you, because what? The prophets are who? Hey, before we were called prophets, we were called seers, man. Hey, and we do what? Prophesy means to say before. So we're telling you of the oncoming destruction before it hits you personally, man.
If I may say, we stand on the watchtower with a better perspective, looking out into the things to the rest of the world, and have to make the judgment to tell the king. Right. Basically, to let the people know in the city of what's about to happen. Hey, there's an army coming. Hey, there's trouble coming. Hey, there's a storm. Something, we have to be able to see that and warn the people. That was the job given to us by the Heavenly Father. Well, figuratively, his name is a watchtower, right? A strong tower. And this word is the prophecy of this word from the Heavenly Father is what we're seeing. Okay? Because in this state, it don't look like there's anything that could possibly look like. Here come Halloween, here come Thanksgiving, here come Christmas, here come New Year's, and it's just going to continue the way it's always been, the Super Bowl, and so on and so forth. But what you don't know, and what's in the news, there's war on the rise. Okay, they're like the brother said, that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, will be mandatorily put inside you, unless you have faith to not take it. You gotta put something out, right?
So Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1.
Yep.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Who will say that? Who will watch? I mean, who will say unto what the Heavenly Father will give you?
And the scriptures say, he will set us upon that tower, man. Because what? That tower is that vantage point, man. You're able to see everything clear when you're up at that higher elevation, looking down, man. You can see trouble before it comes, man. Right. Hey, so he said he's gonna set us on that tower, which is exactly what Yahweh Shai has done by giving us the spirit of wisdom and understanding to break down these scriptures, man. Yep. So we're telling you what? We're telling you of the evils that are foreseen throughout the scriptures. That was written before we were placed here, man. You know? Is it more on that, bro?
Real quick, another precept. Right. It's Isaiah chapter 21, verse 5. It says, prepare the table, watch in the watchtower, eat, drink, arise ye princes, and anoint the shield. For thus saith the Lord unto me, go, set a watchman, let him declare what he seeth.
Kind. It says set a watchman, man. Meaning what? Hey, because a watchman is literally supposed to watch, man. Watch and warn. Hey, that's why it speaks of Isaiah the 56th chapter. When it speaks of his watchmen are blind, it goes into basically the false prophets and false teachers that are handling the scriptures, man. That's why he calls them dumb dogs. Because what? A dumb dog isn't allowed to bark. Because a dog is supposed to do what? He's supposed to warn you of the troubles before. Why? Because its senses are enhanced, man. Meaning what? It feels things before a human is able to. It's easy to wait.
Sees them, smells.
Exactly. It's easy to heighten the senses, or easy to mess with the senses of a dog before a human. And so that dog is that first warning, man. Meaning it's the basically a warning before it actually the trouble comes to you, which is exactly what we're doing.
Well, let's put it like this: you need a guard dog, or what's the other bark on a dog that warns you. But all you got is a dog that just sleep around.
Yeah.
I'm talking. They are dumb dogs. They just sleep on their watch. You know, so they're not doing their job. So the people that take the office of handling this word, they're not warning you.
Nonetheless, you know, you have dogs that are supposed to be watching, but like that movie next Friday when the Edomite comes, and feeds the dog
Chico.
so that it doesn't bark.
God.
Hey, that's a lot of our so-called pastors and teachers.
Yeah.
You know, they take bribes from the enemy. You know,
Yeah,
fucking sellouts.
Yeah, and basically that's why they can't see that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. It's because they're dumb. The Lord got them under that slumber, you know, just so that they can, basically lie to our people, man.
Yep.
You know,
God.
when the reason why you have a dog is so that when somebody an intruder tries to intrude on your property or invade your property, you will at least be able to hear your dog alerting you that somebody is actually in your yard.
God.
And that way it'll give you time to get in position to protect
Exactly.
yourself when the enemy comes in.
There's a watchdog and there's a guard dog. Guard dog, he don't warn you like that. He gonna bite.
Yeah, he's gonna attack.
And him attacking is will alert you.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt y'all. I see you brothers evolving into religion. Is this Judaism? This religion?
No, it's what it is. It's just the truth about the Holy Scriptures. Okay? What our people have been lied to because of religion, and this is not a religion, is that we were not the children of Israel. That those people in the land of Israel were the real Jews. But it's not true. These are the real 12 tribes of Israel, the real lost 12 tribes. Okay? And the truth has been out.
This
is out
location
there.
of people, right?
Huh?
This location.
It's actually a bloodline of people.
Right.
But we just so happen to be scattered into these geographical locations.
Right.
But the prophecies say that we would be scattered, throughout the four corners of the earth. And all these people on this sign, they share a common struggle, so to speak.
Yep.
They're under the same curses and conditions
Same punishment.
that we suffering for transgressing the Heavenly Father's laws.
Right.
You know?
And the prophecy speaks about it, that we'll be doing this and in those places in the last days. That's how we know that we are. That's how we found out.
Now, did y'all teach and preach out of a temple or?
Stand on
This,
that.
this is the temple, It said the scriptures speak of where two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. And this is church, because church just means what? To call out. So this is exactly what the Lord told us that we will be doing in the last days.
And if our people have a problem with because we're not in the building, we don't dress nice. No. I'm not saying you. I'm just putting it generally. Then it's to their own destruction.
Yeah,
they
to
need a fancy car, fancy suit to do it, in a building to do it. This ain't how our Lord did it.
I have an uncle who was a billion, I'll
Big
just
time.
say a millionaire. He gave all his money up, quit banking. He owned the bank in Laughlin. He gave it all up, and now he's Dr. Reverend Terry Marks in Phoenix, Arizona. I just wanted to see why, some of the things he did I don't agree with, I don't understand, but I'm still investigating myself because, see, I studied physics. I actually studied Christianity. I grew up in the church, but you know what?
Yeah, we all came out of the church.
Yeah, I could not fathom some of the I couldn't get past what do you call it? Like the party to see the hocus pocus stuff.
The miracles?
The miracles, basically. What you said.
Yes, I think.
Part of the
Well, I call it something else. I call it
metaphysical. I look like what you're about to say.
Scientific.
like metaphors.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past the metaphor.
The parables. Yeah.
Right.
Some things
Yeah.
are literal, some things are not.
So, I went to college. I
But
studied.
this is why we're here, though. Let me explain this to you. But this is why we're here, to break those down and what those mean. To tell you this is figuratively speaking or a metaphor, but this is actually going to happen. Some other things are actually going to
Metaphor.
happen.
Right. That's
Okay?
it.
That
Couldn't
mark
get
of the
past that.
beast.
It was like watching cartoons. I couldn't separate the difference. But when I did went to college, now I must say this. I mean, Higgs boson, all the new discoveries in physics right now that talked about creation. I mean, it speaks on creation and time, right? That's where it scared me. It's running me back to theology. Is that physics can't explain creation. It can't explain time. Big Bang certainly wasn't it. Time was created at a much earlier stage than the Big Bang, and as well with time. Some people say time is so many things, and time is very strange. I mean, according to physics and how it works, and what we understand about it. So that ran me back to, you have to be a fool not to believe in God.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be a complete idiot.
And the fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
Yeah, because I have him in my mission in my life in ways that's unimaginable. You know what I mean? And I respect every man's religion, and that it's supposed to put man on the discovery of just who God is and
I gotta-
what God represents.
Pass your precepts, brother.
Let me read, hold on, grab that for you.
Grab that.
Let me read this. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? For after that, the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Exactly, because like you say, like brothers up here, we went to college and things like that. Hey, but even your presidents, they say thorough knowledge of the scriptures is better than a college education. Hey, 'cause
That
what-
was
Theodore
Theodore Roosevelt.
It is, because you know, before, because I'm going to tell you too, is why I really, really understand and believe that everything that God does and the plan that He sets for us all is that I'm a seasoned gambler in this time. Now, when I've learned this, I just not discovered the secret how to actually hit over $1 million on some of the machines that are progressive that have over $1 million in them, right? Now, before when I tried to hit these, God, it seemed like, I understand God didn't want me to have everything I did was good. You know what I'm saying? See, I don't bought 2 houses out here already. My sons have businesses that I help them get, you know, but I have nothing. They have much more than me. It's basically what my uncle did for others, you know, they're giving all his million away. I've given all away to my kids.
All right, 1 second, bro. Read that again, bro.
Yeah. It says, when you read that verse again, it says, for after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
The world by wisdom knew not the Most High. Hey, why? Because the Most High has to open your eyes, and open your ears to this understanding, man. You have all our people in all these different denominations and religions. You know, you have them truly believing in this American society. Well, that's all vain. That's all for naught, man.
Yeah.
Because why? Hey, because that, as the scriptures speak of, store your riches in treasure. I mean, store your riches in heaven, man. Where neither moth nor rust does corrupt.
What
you
are
know?
those riches though?
Gosh,
It's the wisdom
Yeah.
of understanding.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, because this world, as the scriptures tell you, is going to vanish away. You know.
Yeah.
And let me say this, I don't mean to
Go
cut
ahead,
you off. It's exclusive. Not everybody believes God is here to save everybody. That's not the real truth of it.
I know
The real
that's
truth of the deep prophecies of when this stuff is happening, what is going to happen, and who specifically He's going to save out of all these bad things that are going to happen. Okay, and most majority of the people that He would choose, He ain't gonna choose. If His chosen aren't gonna be chosen.
For the reasons that
There'll
are.
be a special elect number that'll be chosen.
Yes, and then that's definitely in the scripture.
Yep, it says, to save them that believe. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom.
Right, because our people need tangible evidence, you know? Our people need to actually see it to believe it.
I'm getting
So what
something
is
from y'all
faith,
that
bro?
I'm
Grab-
really feeling.
Grab
though.
Hebrews 11 and 1.
Because I'm on a
real quick,
mission right now,
Hebrews 11,
and I just
Hebrews
want to
11,
stop
1.
and confirm some things that I'm feeling, and y'all done that, and I appreciate that very much.
It's all
You know?
through the Spirit.
And anything that comes to fruition, you know what I'm saying, with what I'm feeling do, I want to stop that right here because I want to give you guys some.
Sure, man.
All right, now.
All right. Grab that, just read that real quick, bro.
This is Hebrews in chapter 11 and verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not
All right,
seen.
now, whether or not he comes back or not, you know, that's all on the Lord bringing him or drawing him over here. But ultimately, if he doesn't hearken down into the words, you know, because he was basically telling us about him going to the lotto and trying to win big and all of that. Hey, this money means nothing, man. This money is garbage, man. It's a fiat currency. You know, it takes more to make the dollar than what the dollar is actually worth, man. So him thinking that he's gonna have riches or the millions or the businesses that his sons have, hey, that's all gonna burn up here, man. You know? But you know, if he would have stayed longer, then we would have kept giving scripts. Hey, but he walked along, man. So we gonna
That's most of our people, man. Their eyesight is on the world.
yeah.
You know, trying to get that bag, on the other shit, man.
Gone.
I guarantee you.
See, that's why the scriptures is likened unto treasures and riches, because what we are given by the Heavenly Father through the Spirit is what's ultimately going to get us into the good graces of the Most High, which ultimately we will receive salvation to be able to inherit everlasting riches. The riches of this world is gonna pass away, man. You know, it's all temporary. All right, the riches that we have, can't no man take that from you.
Right.
They can't steal it. They can't take it from you. You know, it can't lose value. It can't depreciate. You know, but our people are focused on the things of tangibility, man.
That's why Yahweh Shai spoke in parables,
Yep.
Yeah,
just
kind.
because they knew they wasn't gonna take heed to it. They just gonna get what they wanted out of it, or what they think they understand, and get up the block.
Because look at Jake now, man. You know, Jake doesn't have the answers, man. But what? They're still prideful about what they believe in, man. You can't tell a Christian nothing according to the scriptures because they feel as if they already have it, man. And then like the scriptures also speak when a rich man speaketh, man. Imagine if the Most High gave a nigga like Kevin Hart, or LeBron James the truth, man. Hey, every Jake in the world will try to be on the camp, man. They'll all be trying to preach then.
Or Kanye West.
Yeah,
or
right.
Kanye West.
Kanye West, man.
That nigga album allegedly did pretty good.
Get numbers.
He needed something
Yeah.
to get some focus on it. He needed some publicity.
Let that nigga put on a garment. Everybody's wearing garments,
bro.
now.
Kind.
Yeah.
Kind.
And then
Designer garments.
And then that nigga he'll market that and start to sell that shit.
Yeah.
And make money off it.
Kind. And Jake can eat it up. Then they'll stop. Oh man, y'all ain't crazy no more, man. I get it. All because this nigga said something, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this is why the Most High deals with the lowly and the humble and the meek, man.
Oh, back in 1 Corinthians, the first chapter. Not many noble, not many mighty. You know, basically those that have high status in this world, those that are esteemed highly. The Most High ain't dealing with them, man. That's why he didn't call Kanye West into this thing. He's gonna use a nigga like Kanye to push that Jesus juice and further, keep these niggas intoxicated with that plantation Christianity madness, man.
Yep.
All right?
I'm gonna read that scripture.
Yep.
Verse 25 in 1 Corinthians, it says, but the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men.
They like what we out here doing, they think that it's foolish. Like you saw, y'all just gonna really stand around on that hard ass concrete for hours, week after week after week, all right, for for months and for days and for years, Like according to people in this society, they think that's a waste. You wasting your life.
Yeah.
What if these things never comes to pass?
Hey.
What if these things never happen?
Romans 3:3.
You just wasted your life. You could be out here living your best life. You could be traveling the world. You could be
this is
starting
the
business.
life.
You could be doing this and that, right?
Yeah,
realize
So
this
this is
is the
foolish.
life.
But guess what? What we're doing is leading to
Everlasting.
the destruction of this whole society,
Hey,
man.
because as Jake always says, man, they say, oh man, it's about the bigger picture, It's about doing this, about doing that. Well, Jake really doesn't have that eyesight, man. Jake doesn't see past their communities, man. Hey, because really, when you take a look at things, hey, what we're doing on the highways and hedges, the rest of Israel will thank the elect man in that day, man. Why? Because through the elect, hey, all Israel gonna be saved, man. And I mean, not saved on this side, but are gonna have that position within the kingdom, man. Because the scriptures tell you 2/3 of Israel gonna be destroyed here, man, by thermonuclear fire, by the scourges for amendment, man. But in that kingdom, they're all gonna see, because the scriptures also tell you that they're gonna wake up with that everlasting shame, man. And they're gonna see that the men that are on the highways and hedges, Lord willing, we be of the elect, were the troopers, the ones that stood up boldly and stiffly for the names of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, man. God, go ahead, bro.
It says, for ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
God, not many wise, not many noble, not many mighty. Cause what? Hey, cause when you look back when Saul was king in Israel, man, Jake chose him one reason because of his stature, man. He was bigger than the rest of everyone else, and that shows you the simple minds of Jake, man. How they pick their leaders. Hey, so it says not many wise, not many noble, and what else? Not many mighty.
Mighty.
And not many mighty, man. Cause really, if it was up to Jake, for Jake to elect people, they'll pick niggas like Zion. They'll pick LeBron. Kobe, rappers.
People don't even know
Yeah,
the
people-
scriptures
exactly.
or how to lead
Big
the
Bill,
people.
Kanye,
Kind.
Yeah.
Kanye, Drake,
They will let their
T.I.
kind. Yeah, bro.
Hey,
It's like, go ahead.
I remember we was talking about this maybe a few weeks ago. Israel always shows their leaders exactly how young women choose their mates.
Oh yeah.
They're very superficial.
Yeah.
It's based on superficial reasons as to why they're attracted and feel like that would be a suitable mate for that person. Oh, because he's tall. I believe that because he's tall, he'll have the ability to protect me.
Yeah.
But you see how many tall niggas that got slid
By shorter
and
dudes.
went down like a tree by a shorter dude, man? That's not a reason why you take a mate. The scriptures, according to the scriptures, a man actually married his daughter to a man of understanding. A man that has a healthy fear of the Most High, that'll actually take care of the household. Not a slouch ass nigga or who just gonna sit up in a house, you know, and eat up the cereal and
Play Call of Duty and
play
2K and
video games all day, you know. But these women, you know, you just gotta be attractive, you know, you gotta have tattoos and shit like
Gotta
that.
have muscles.
And then once you get with the nigga, what happens? He's abusive. He's using you. He ain't even worried about you. He's dealing with other hoes. That's how Israel always chose their leaders, man. You know?
Terrible.
Oh, he got money.
Yeah.
But does he have a certain mentality? Is he smart enough to handle, you know, financial situations?
Real life situations where, you know,
Is he a reasonable dude?
Con, is he running his house by the laws, statutes,
Yeah.
and commandments to the best of his ability, man?
Con.
You know, is he setting up order within that household, man? Is he teaching you how to live a better life according to the scriptures, man?
Generally, to say it generally, is he?
One
Yes,
second, bro,
one
one
second.
second.
Right down. Is he making decisions according to wisdom versus according to his emotions?
y'all think of, yeah.
Exactly.
You know, in a nutshell. Okay?
Exactly.
Because most of the people make decisions based upon emotions. And they wait for an emotional situation to arise before they address the situation.
Yeah.
Let's answer this man's question.
Are y'all pro-Israel or not?
What do you mean
What do you
pro-Israel?
I mean, well, where are you? What side are you on?
Oh, yeah, we're for Israel, for sure.
We are the real
The real
Israel.
Israel.
We have the sign out here.
This
for
is
a
the
reason.
real
Right.
Israel.
The
My
real Israel.
question is, what about Obama? We had 8 years of him.
Oh, well, number one, we don't believe in voting for a system that's going to still
You don't really
oppress
believe in what?
you. Voting for a system that's going to still oppress you.
No.
Whether it's
I'm
the-
talking about Obama. Obama was a Muslim.
Yeah,
He didn't like this.
he's not our
Okay.
people either.
Huh?
He's not our people either.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
That's all I was
He's
asking.
not
For
us.
sure, for
He's a
All
Hamite.
right,
Yeah.
y'all know what to do.
Yeah. All right.
That's enough, huh?
All right. Jake don't want nothing, huh?
Read the scripture, bro.
It's that easy.
Jake, hey, hold on. Jake always want to act like try to come up here and test us, like you know, like oh y'all know this, and then you know, try to drop the mic and get
Y'all
us.
know something.
Right. Yeah, you got it.
Instead of saying, what did he say in Proverbs? A wise man will attain unto wise counsel. He would have asked another question. Well, what else do y'all know?
Right.
What else do I need to know? Oh, okay, I don't know that, or I do know that, and then move on.
No, he refused to receive knowledge from men that are
Yeah.
younger.
What about Obama?
Right. It's like, what do you mean?
What about that crack pipe smoking homosexual? What about it? Why are we talking about that? We know that motherfucker, he was set up, man.
Just like the rest of your presidents. Yeah. Good, bro.
It says, yeah, but we preach. No, I said for the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. We're talking about Mars Hill in particular. They always want to hear something new. You know, so they were always looking for an answer. to something else.
Because the scriptures tell you that Jake has itching ears, man. You know, our people always wanna jump on something as if it's a fad, man. You know, whether it be a sports team, whether it be a new ideology, a new wine, our people sit there and soak it up, man. Even when it comes down to the idols of the heathen, man. Our people love dousing themselves with that liquor, man. And what do? You find people within those heathenistic religions that go stronger than the actual heathen, man. You know, you got niggas on the west side of Vegas that believe more in Islam than actual the Muslims over in the Middle East, man. You know, keep on, bro.
Yeah, I'm on verse 27. I jumped up on that. Verse 27 says, but the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
All right, he's chosen the foolish things out of the world to confound the wise, man. Meaning, go ahead.
If I may,
Go ahead.
the foolish of this world is considered those that don't have the credentials
Status.
or the status of society. You know, you're not certified by the theologian degree or by a doctorate or a master's degree. You didn't go to the school and get your studies to understand this.
Yeah.
You all this came to you by divine inspiration.
Right.
You know? And that's what a lot of people don't, they kind of marvel at how, we're young men, like these guys are young. Like how the hell would they even know these things? Where did they get the time to learn all this information?
Yeah.
Who did they learn it from? How did they get it? That's because the Most High, see, he deals in ways that people can't fathom. Okay? The Lord, he's dealing with the lowly. He's dealing with earthen vessels. All his precious jewels and riches, he chose to leave it in the trust of humble servants. That's going to basically do what he wants them to do with it. And he basically put the instruction in them, hey, I want you to distribute it, but it's only the portion that I gave to you, it's only going to be given to those that's meant to receive it. Those that are worthy of it. If he's an entertainer and everybody seeks to this guy, don't give it to him. He's not going to get it. Because I'm not dealing with those types of the world. I'm dealing with the underdogs of the world.
Because his judgment's going to be clouded because his mind's on his money and his money on his mind. And he's going to be, doing all the ways of the world.
He's going to make merchandise of it too.
Yeah. He's going to try to make it. And try to find a way to preserve his life, in this society. But that's not what this is about. The first thing you got to do in this truth is be willing to give up, is humble yourself as a newborn babe. It's like you died and started over with your understanding of everything going on in the world. And most people grow up to a certain age, get to a certain status. They're not trying to, if you're on level 10 on the video game, you're not trying to start over. You're not trying to start from the beginning anyway. You want to continue at level 10 so you can beat the game. But the way to beat the game is to start over and learn the right way to play it, which this is the playbook that gets you the only way that you can finish all the way to the end.
That's Hebrews 5 and 12, where it says if any man will be a teacher, he basically has to go back and relearn, so to speak. He has to go and drink that milk, so to speak.
Seek the sincere milk.
Sincere milk.
I get it, 5 and 12.
Yep.
Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. It says, for when...
you want to be teachers.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, you ready? It says, for when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. For everyone
you gotta go back to the drawing board. You gotta go back to the beginning stages, man. And then you get trained up and you become expertise, as you gain that experience, man.
The foundation gotta be strong. That's why you starting over, to make sure that foundation is laid properly, that it's gonna stand the test of time, and no matter what, your understanding of your foundation will keep you stable in all things. That's why the apostles always tie in the milk to no matter how deep they go. Because they show you how it still continues to make sense from the milk stage all the way through the meat, which is full understanding of it.
Yeah, that's what it means. When it talks about being a full age, it means to be complete and perfect in understanding.
Or as the apostles say, seasoned, man.
Seasoned. Now you have the ability to discern. You have acumen. You know how to judge a lot quicker and wiser.
And one of the things that the brother said, that the brother Shaquan said, he was just speaking on how the Most High ain't gonna give the knowledge unto a man of esteem, or a man of social status within the society, because he said he's gonna care about his life, man. And the scriptures tell you that love not the world, neither the things of this world, man. And it also tells you, and he that loveth his life shall lose it, man. Hey, bring up that book, bro. John 25.
Can I get this real quick?
Yeah, grab that bro, man.
This is Matthew chapter 11 and verse 25. And it says, at that time Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed them unto babes.
That's the babes, hey, because what? That babe or that baby is in a humble state, man. Because what? When you're raising a child, man, you're able to implement anything you want within that brain of that baby, man. And what? That baby soon then learns, you know, and it grows with that knowledge instilled within them.
Yeah.
Hey, so it doesn't turn away from it, which is much like men within the truth. Hey, that's being born again, man. You know, that's as the scriptures say, being washed by the word, man. That's being washed by the word. Being that new creature within Yahweh Shai, man. That's the baptism. You know? Putting aside all that the wickedness and that old nigga that was once in the world, and becoming a new man within Yahweh Shai, man. All right. It's on you, bro.
John 12:25.
All right.
He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto eternal life, until life eternal.
I love what he said. He that hateth his life in this world.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know? We're going to love our lives in the kingdom of heaven. But in this world, in this wicked society, we hate our lives, man. Not because we're out here on the corner. This is our life. But we hate the fact that we're in the midst of this and vexed with the filthy conversation of everything that we're going around.
And we hate it too because, shit, we're being oppressed.
Yeah.
What the fuck, you know?
Right. We know it. Wisdom maketh the wise man mad. We can see the oppression happening. You know? Luke chapter 14, because it backs up the point he just made, right? Luke 14:26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brother and sisters, yea, and his own life also.
God, now the script not saying actually hate your mother, your father, you know, and your family, man. That's not what the script's saying. But it's talking about basically your priorities, man. And because if you giving up Yahweh Shai for your mother, for their duties, for what your father is asking, for what your fleshly father is asking, hey, man, you can't be a servant, man. You gotta be willing to give it all unto Yahweh Shai. Because the scriptures tell you that you were bought with a price, man. Meaning what? You owe him.
Therefore, go by the Most High in your body.
Exactly, which means you have to do his will. Hey, now of course you do the things that to help your father, your mother, your sister, you know, your flesh. Hey, but don't forget the business of the Heavenly Father, man. Hey, because your fleshly mother and father, they ain't gonna be able to save you out of the thermonuclear destruction that's happening, man. And if they're not holding them to the words, man, they're gonna get destroyed.
Hebrews, what, the 6th chapter, or the 12th chapter? 12th chapter said, we've obeyed our fathers of the flesh. How much more the Father of the spirits and live.
Yeah.
You know? So the chastisement we go through, the hell that we catch, is just small.
That could be
So
something.
the reward we get.
That could be something as settled as like a damn Christmas party. You know, your mom might throw a Christmas party. Oh well, how could, like, come on, you know, you're my son. You know, you out doing this with me. You know, like this is what we. Hey, now, you know, I love the Heavenly Father more. I'm sorry, you know, my Father is a man, you know. So it's things like that says like if you love your mother more than you know.
You just got to prefer to be righteous with the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mom, but hey.
Hating that lifestyle that they live.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit, you ain't gonna give me eternal life. You know?
That was the point. Well, it says he cannot be my disciple. You know, and whosoever do not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
Got it. So man, the Most High has chosen the babes out of this world. He's chosen humble men in order to do the bidding of the word. And the rest of Israel, when they see it, talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, when y'all see us on the highways and hedges, y'all look at us as if you can't get it, man. Well, ultimately you can if you're not of the elect. But we're looked down at upon from our people, man, because we don't have the social status, man, because we don't have the flashiest cars or the flashiest clothes. That our people don't look at us as if we're anything. But truly, right in front of you, man, right in front of you, as the scriptures speak, man, these are the fountains of living water, man.
So this, and if you look at some of these Israelite groups, those that are supposed to understand this word, right? They still choosing their leadership by how fancy the garments are.
Yeah.
That purple has got you niggas, man. That black with the armbands and all of that, the fucking show enough arm, you know what I'm saying?
Shoulder pads.
Shoulder pads. You still choose and the headbands, you choose your leaders by that stuff. You're not choosing them solely by the wisdom they're pushing out. We're only you. Because if you were, you would understand the apostles and all their tattered garments and the fact that their garments are coordinated and everything. They would, you would understand the wisdom. That's not how you choose. You choose by your sight and how your ears sound versus the wisdom that goes into your mind, how much you're eating spiritual food from.
1 John 4:1. That's the ultimate way you try out your leaders or your prophets. 1 John 4:1.
Look at the example of how the Most High chose King David over the rest of his brothers.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm pretty sure the rest of his brothers were, bigger, stronger. You know.
And I want to make a point about that too. 1 John chapter 4 verse 1 says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they be of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesses that Yahushua Mashiach is come in the flesh is of the Most High." Now, when you was talking about King David real quick, I didn't want to forget this part. What was the difference in all the actions? So all the sons were coming up, all King David's brethren coming up, and they were big and they were waiting to get chosen. But how did he get chosen? Well, King David had faith. He's like, well, we ain't about to die. So, whatever, because we got the Most High with us. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of these sheep because they're going to need to eat. We're going to have to keep life going. So it's showing his faith in that. Plus, he was tending to the sheep. He was about the flock, about the people. You know, so those analogies. Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, y'all using the example of King David to show that it's not about the outward man that the Lord looks upon, but the inward. That moment when they was getting ready to go to battle with the Philistines, and they had Goliath come up. What ultimately was tried in that moment? Faith. King David was the main one. He was the only one that actually displayed the ultimate act of faith that the Most High was looking for. He saw the courage in King David, because King David, he believed on the power, man. He knew that the power was actually with him. His other brothers and the rest of them, they was unsure. So that's the reason why we're like, you know what? I'm gonna use him. I'm gonna use the youngin. Because he's gonna display the act of power that I will be able to use within him, because he actually believes on me, man. You know? It was a level of confidence that the rest of them didn't have.
Faith.
Yeah, even though we're lowly and we may not have a high status in society, but look at our boldness, our courageousness.
Look at our faith.
Look at our faith.
Us standing here is a sign of our faith.
All those great men, the men of old, they went out off the strength of their faith, man.
Yep.
You know, they took the Most High's instruction and they just went out and did it, man.
Yep. Faith and obedience.
That's it.
Hey, it takes faith to come out here and proclaim the destruction of our enemies. You know?
Yeah. Boldly in their
To
faith.
say that they're going into slavery.
In their kingdom.
Yeah, it takes faith to do that. You know? Shit.
Yeah, to make your body a living sacrifice requires faith to come out here under all the conditions. In season, out of season, it means something. We were looking for that account of what King David told the rest of them
About Goliath, like this Philistine, this uncircumcised Philistine.
I think the 12th and 13th chapter.
But that was the point. He was like, if the Most High be with us, who could be against us? Like, this uncircumcised heathen? Out of here, man. He ain't with them, he's with us.
Was it at was in 14.
Well, it might be further in. Try 17 chapter.
17. Yeah.
17 chapter.
17. 30. Try around around 20. Yeah, 26.
So 1 Samuel 17 and 26. And David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, what shall be done to the man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who?
He already thinking about the reward. Like, this ain't even worried about this. You gonna exalt somebody for this?
For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living power?
Yeah, who is this? That he should defy the powers of the Most High, who created everything, who runs and controls everything, that chose us. Okay? And that always makes me think
And King David was a little guy, man.
compared to the rest.
Yeah, yeah.
Compared to them, man, he was young at this time, man. He was just a feeder of the sheep, you know. He was a keeper of the
He
sheep.
had chores.
Yeah.
Still was a chore, but he had a
Still up under his,
Yeah.
you know, his father's house, man.
Because that was as you know, we know as a family, it's a business.
Right.
So he had a job where it didn't require a lot of strength.
Right.
You know,
So,
it was an easy
It's
task.
still a dangerous job.
Yeah, but-
you know, it could possibly be dangerous. But still, you know, if a wolf show up or something, eating up the sheep, you got to figure that out. But
They're used to seeing him out, you know, caring for the, you know,
Yeah.
the sheep and, you know, feeding them or whatever and watering them. But they ain't never seen him out there in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know, out there getting his nails dirty. You know, getting scrapes and bruises.
Yeah.
You know, so they didn't expect that level of courage to come from David, man.
So how mighty of a warrior was he really in the end, though?
Right.
You know, he was a conqueror, a righteous
Most High
conqueror.
rose up, basically. So that's why the scriptures say, going back to Corinthians, you know, he called him not the mighty. You know, King David became mighty.
Yeah.
That's why it says in Psalms 18, he said it was the Lord that taught his hands to war.
Kind.
You know, there was more, right?
Yeah.
It's continuing 26. For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living power? And the people answer him after this manner, saying, so shall it be done to the man that killeth him. And Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he spake unto the men, and Eliab's anger was kindled against David, and he said, why camest thou down hither?
What you
talking
doing?
man.
What you doing over
What you
here?
doing over here?
You have no business out here. This is a dangerous game, little buddy.
Yeah, shouldn't you be out there dealing with the sheep, man?
Yeah.
You know what? You ain't never,
You
ain't never had to fight.
And they probably saw David as being proud,
Yeah.
but it was ultimately his faith.
He had faith.
All because he's talking all his head, but
Yeah.
you ain't gonna do nothing. You too young to be out here.
Yeah, kind.
But watch what happens.
It says, why camest thou down hither, and with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness?
Yeah. Hey, who you left those sheep with? The wolves? What'd you do?
I know thy pride and the naughtiness of thine heart, for thou art come down that thou mightest see the battle.
You came down to see the
God,
battle.
you came down to see who's going to win the battle, who's going to win the fight. So it's good, man. And David said, what have I now done? Is there not a cause? And
Right.
he turned from him toward another and spake after the same manner.
There's a reason why I came down here.
And the people answered him again after the former manner. And when the words were heard when David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with this Philistine. And Saul said to David, thou art not able to go against this Philistine.
Don't trip. I ain't trying to hype these men up for them to go. I'll go. I'm your servant too. I'll go to fight the Philistine.
And right then and there, Saul judged him like, no, you too little.
You ain't bro.
You know?
He looked at the hours of the
hours, yeah.
and not the inward. Like just like the way our people choose. We talk about women choose a man and how they choose their leaders. By all the wrong things. They judge it by the book, the cover of the book, and not by the meat of the book. Yeah.
It says, for thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth.
Yeah.
Basically saying he was Goliath was just trained up from birth to be a warrior, man. You know. And 34.
It's like while they explaining this to him, you know what's going through his mind. Like, damn, y'all don't believe on our power.
Kind, bro, kind.
I'm scared.
Y'all serious right now? Do y'all know the God of our fathers?
Yeah, I'm a sheep herder. And I'm about to win.
You know what happened in Egypt?
Kind, bro, kind.
You know how we got this land? When we went into Jericho, man, what the fuck y'all talking about, man? You know? But they were so quick to choose Saul because, oh, he's tall. You know?
Saul ain't trying to run down and fight him either, though.
Kind.
You know, Saul, he did have a level of, you know, he was a warrior too. You know, but they were sleeping on David, man. You know? He was the baby, but hey, he was the chosen one, man. That's how the Lord deals, man. He's dealing with the underdog. He don't give a fuck about how much money you got, how swole your muscles are, you know, how book smart you are, man.
Hey, the underdog always is for. When you see an underdog win, that shows the power of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
That shows the power of the Heavenly Father when the underdog wins. And you know he's not supposed to win. You know, it's like divine intervention. You got more, right?
Let's continue. This 35. That's like 34. And David said unto Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear.
That's why I brought it up. Hey, don't get it wrong. Being a tender of the sheep herder, if you will, it still can be dangerous.
Yeah.
He's explaining like, oh, I done fought lions and bears already.
Yeah, God.
Protecting the sheep.
Protecting the sheep. These are beasts.
Yeah, God.
Which, hey, that's spiritual too.
Yeah.
Because we're protecting the sheepfold from the ravenous wolves, the false prophets out there.
Right.
We constantly get out there and teach this word and rebuke these false niggas, these bought and paid for Israelites out there, man. We're protecting you from the rodents and the wolves and ravening up the sheepfold, man.
Continuing, thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him, and smote him.
Smote him to get the sheep back.
And delivered it out of his mouth.
And delivered the sheep out of the beast's mouth. How deep is that? He had it, it was gone. Hey, I'm thinking as a man right now, if I see a bear or a lion take one of my sheep, I'm like, damn, how many more I got left?
Yep.
He was like, nope, I'm going to get that one. But Yahweh broke down to get that one back, how much you would rejoice in that, right? So King David had that same spirit on him already.
Yahweh even said that he would risk
the
all
99
for the one.
Right? Exactly.
It says, and I went after him and smote him and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear.
And that takes strength.
God, bro.
That takes strength, man. In this estate, you're not finna win against Shirkan and Balut, man. You get your shit ripped.